Hello guys, AnimeUpRise, how's it going? In today's video we have another anime review, or in this case an anime movie review, and it's on the Rascal Does Not Think of Bunny Girl Senpai movie. Rascal Thinks of Bunny Girl Senpai. It's something like that. It's a Bunny Girl Senpai anime movie, so yeah, it's like the Dreaming Girl movie, and I wanted to talk about it, and it's gonna be like all spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet, well, it's not for you. But if you have and you want to hear my thoughts, then this is for you. So anyways, let's watch the video, have some fun, and I'll tell you everything of my thoughts on the movie and everything like that. So first off, I'm going to talk about the dynamics. So basically, the girl that helped Sakata during his time of need when he was down, one from the beach, she returns again. Her adult form returns once again, which is amazing and really cool. And really, the plot point, I didn't really think that happened. Her adult form, by the way, there's like two forms she has. It's like one who is an adult, one who is a kid, which is, the kid one is kind of a true form-esque thing. Basically, her puberty syndrome kind of thing is that she does time travel. And I didn't expect time travel to come into this thing, and it took a while to build up to what it was building up for time travel, but it still was something different that I didn't expect. And I was very, very happy to see that, even if I watched a lot of time travel anime, to know what it does. And basically, what's happened, how all this happened is that, oh yeah, it is Shoko. Nice, I remember her name. So yeah, her name is Shoko, and yeah, her thing, she has a heart disease, and she will likely not live longer than middle school or high school, and so she always wished to become an adult. She always wanted to wish for that to happen. So what happened with her, with the puberty syndrome, is that she manifested like an older version of herself. And my dog's barking at the wrong time. Like, great. At the wrong time. And at the wrong time, like, she did it, and she wanted her older self to happen. And kind of like time travel bullshit happens, and she gets an older self, but they can never meet because time travel bullshit. And basically what happens is she tells Sakata the truth of everything. And the thing is, he knows he'll die later. So then he has to choose between living with Mai and not going with him, or going on a date or something, going on a date with Shoko, but dying in the process, something like that. Something of the sort. But basically he has to choose because he's going to die. And if he dies, he saves Shoko because she needs heart surgery. And he is the one who gives his heart. And if he doesn't die, then Shoko will likely die. Or it's not for certain anymore because of the fact that we don't know if she'll live or die at that point. And in the movie it makes it more critical because she's actually in critical condition in the movie before he does all that. And what happens is Sakata does in fact go through with it. He does in fact die. Or no, he tries to anyway. But Mai came in and saved his life, which made the thing so much more bitter because of the fact that he watched the one he loved died in front of him. And that was really, really hit me hard because that was a really big moment, because Sakata was really down because he couldn't choose between both of them, because one saved his, or helped him when he was down, and one, like, he fell in love with. He couldn't choose between it, or he both fell in love with both of them, but like, first love or his current love, you know, he had to pick one, but he had to choose who would live and die. And then before he can actually choose anything, Mai saves him, and she dies as a result. And his sheer despair was something that it hit me hard, alright? And he just couldn't take it. And he was down, like, he had to lay low because her fans, like, if they might find out that she sacrificed herself for him, and then her fans will get all weird. And it's just like he has so much trouble dealing with all of this that's happening around him, with Mai dying because of him, because he was indecisive and couldn't choose, even though the answer was there all along. He loves Mai. So yeah, and he feels guilty for not trying to save Shoko, but in the end he does choose Mai over anything else. He chooses to save Mai, or in this case, save himself. So with Shoko's help, adult Shoko's help, he was able to time travel back before that happened. And he tried to convince himself not to save them, then he couldn't do that. So in the end, he had to go in and push himself out of the way in a bunny costume, ironically enough. And he had to try and find someone who can see him. Let's go back a bit and talk about that. So basically, when he time traveled, no one else can see him. He has to find somebody who could see him. And basically, he puts on a bunny suit. So get the bunny girl, bunny suit kind of thing. He paralleled Mai in the beginning of the anime. And that was something I like to see too. He was searching around looking for somebody to find him. And one of the girls, his Kohai, found him. One of the girls that was helped in the first season of the anime. And that was really cool. I like how they put that back into it. But almost everyone, all of the girls that he saved, except for one, couldn't see him, which was the scientist girl. And yeah, and then he has to talk to himself. And himself, you know how he was back then, he was all distraught, had to choose between two of them, and after knowing what's going to happen to Shoko, and just not going through with it, and sacrificing her for himself, and he just doesn't want to do that, and he's all in conflict, and then he goes in and almost dies, or because Mai saves him. So he goes in, and the present Sakuta says no. Then we're back to where I said, where he saved him by sacrificing himself, and that was something else, man. And yeah, and then somehow they reached a happy ending because they had to keep all the characters good. So yeah, like there was a way to fix everything by not meeting Shoko, but then that doesn't happen. Right? They get like a new different path, but when they meet on the beach again, like the younger version, that's still the younger version, but when they meet on the beach with Mai and everything, they remember it all, which kind of brings it back into like, are they just trying to wrap it up with a bow so they can make another season? Which I would love, by the way, but it just kind of felt weird at the end, like everything had no consequences. So I was kind of hoping they would have consequences, but it was still good. And there's a spoiler type of thing. But the main thing I want to talk about with Sakuta and Shoko and Mai, you have to choose between two routes. Like, he knew he was going to die if he went up there, but then he realized fucking Shoko, they wanted to go on a date, and she was be waiting at this place they said they would go to, but he realized she was gonna be waiting for him either way, and then he goes and runs. That's when he gets hit by the car. And what makes it more tragic is that Shoko herself came back and saw what happened. And that was just bad, man. That feels are great, but that movie was great. I almost didn't watch the Bunny Girl Senpai movie, and honestly, I just loved everything it had to offer. It was a really, really good movie. Like on Funimation, it was airing on there for the weekend, and I almost said no to it, but when I went to watch it, I actually ended up loving that movie. It was so good. Whenever an anime invokes an emotion out of me, I know it's really good. Like Anohana, a silent voice, and then Kimi no your name, or in this movie as well, you know, so many different, like all those shows that make me feel something always end up being one of my favorites, and this movie is not an exception. Or this one is just amazing. I love the Bunny Girl Senpai movie. I really recommend it. If you can watch it anywhere, if you can buy the Blu-ray, if you can go watch it, maybe go on Kiss Anime if you want, go check it out. Like, it's really nice. The relationship with Sakuta and Shoko, I loved how it developed and how the time travel thing worked into it. I wasn't expecting time travel at all, but it happened, and how they dealt with the smaller Shoko, the child version, in the hospital, going through heart troubles, not knowing if she'll live long enough, not knowing if she'll get a heart transplant, not knowing if she's gonna live until she's a high schooler, just dealing with all the depressing topics, and Sakuta visiting her every day, and having him have this dilemma of trying to choose which way you can go. Like, if he doesn't die, there's a chance that smaller Shoko won't be able to live past middle school because there could not be a donor for her, and all of that is just, it was really good and really melded into a really good movie. So if you haven't seen it, I'm sorry, because he probably got all spoiled for you, but I still recommend watching because it's a good movie and you have to experience for yourself. But it's still really good, so if you guys haven't watched this video and haven't seen it, I don't know why you watched this whole video if you haven't seen the movie, but if you haven't, then still watch it anyway. My explaining was pretty bad, so if you can still go watch that movie, it's a good movie. And it will never, me telling you won't ever be actually watching it. So go watch the movie whatever way you can. And yeah, it's a really good movie. I liked everything about it, the music, the characters, especially because Bunny Girl Senpai has really good characters. And as I always keep saying, is that anime that have really good characters, I always love. And if it has a good plot, that's a bonus. And it had a really good plot, and it has really good characters, so I immediately love it. It'll probably be my favorite anime movies of all time, along with A Silent Voice and Your Name. Like, yo, that's, oh my god, that's great. It's great, man. I can't say this enough. I don't want to be talking forever. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. And if you guys didn't notice, I'm back to my old setup. And yeah, I'm setting up again, which I'm really okay with. I'm really liking this. But anyways, thanks for watching. If you watched this far, and if you guys already seen the movie, tell me your thoughts in the comments below, because I really do want to know, because for me personally, it's up there in my favorite movies of all time. Like, not only counting anime movies, no, it's counting every single movie I've ever seen in my life. Like Marvel, regular movies, you know, everything I've ever seen. This ranks in the top. Like I almost cried during this movie. It was really tough not to cry during this movie because it was just so sad. And that's why I said when it pulls an emotion out of me, that's when it becomes one of my favorites. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. So please leave a like, subscribe, remember, comment on your thoughts on the movie, and I'll see you guys all next time. Johnny.